So welcome to JG's Fight Talk, sponsored by Rich's Boxing and Limitless Creations, and you are with Joel and Ender for the main event of Kid Galahad versus James Jazza Dickens. Kid Galahad, 28 fights, 27 wins, 16 knockouts. Jazza Dickens, 33 fights, 30 wins, 11 knockouts for the vacant IBF World Featherweight Title. Before we get into it, we're going to have a little bit of...
Are you ready?
So, Ender, what's your prediction?
Kid Galahad on points. There you go.
Yeah, I'm going Kid Galahad late stoppage. But I think it will be Kid Galahad.
Well, there you go. He's had a bit of a break, though, since he fought last, hasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I don't think Jazza has he? I think he's coming off a win not so long ago, I believe. But, yeah, the guys are both in the ring. But what have you made, while we're sort of taking up a bit of time, what have you made of Fight Camp? As in tonight's Fight Camp, what have you made of it so far? We've had a wedding proposal. We've had
and that is $199.
David Diamante's new
that answer your question?
Of as Ender described, gone for the Marge Simpson look. We've had Dillian White's hat that he's borrowed from possibly a nan or his mum. Yeah,
I still think there's an old one in a ditch somewhere.
It's been a mad one. You know, what's been the highlight, would you say? I know we're in round one, but what's been the highlight?
What sticker have they both got on their shorts? Obviously, it's a sponsor, but it looks like a...
It's not Everlast, is it?
No, I'd know if it was Everlast. It looks like It looks like a sale sticker. It's on the front of Galahad's shorts and the back of Dickens. See the red sticker?
Oh, yeah.
What is that?
No, that's an IBF sticker, I think.
Well, it looks awful.
The big round circle.
Yeah, the big red.
Yeah, that's an IBF. IBF logo, I think, and it does look dreadful. It's massive. Here we go. Stephen handily on points. United 2. When can I come on your channel? We'll sort that. Don't you worry. I'm gutted for Nick Webb. Expect better. It just wasn't good enough, in my opinion. Mark Barry for a late stoppage. If you don't know who Barry is, that is Kid Galahad.
Is Barry his name?
Yeah.
Oh, very good.
And Stephen McGurr, watch the Babbage fight there. Crazy stuff. As soon as he steps up, he's getting stopped, though. Yeah. I think that's something we've discussed before, isn't it?
Well, he's a bit of a novelty fighter, really, I think, more than anything.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see how that goes, really. But yeah, definitely onto that one. Miss Boxing fan, I feel sick. Come on, Barry. Time will tell. 30 seconds to go, round one. They've both been busy, I think is the way to describe it.
Well, I think Kid Galahad is having the better of the exchanges for me. Unless there's something very different in the last 15 seconds. Kid Galahad
he likes the jab followed up by the right hand body shot, doesn't he?
Yeah. And if it scores, it's a great combination.
Yeah, definitely.
If it lands. There you go, end of round 1. So I'm giving Galahad that.
Yep, United 2 has gone with 1 to Galahad. Let us know in the comments how you see the fight. Send your predictions in. If you're watching for the first time, make sure you hit the subscribe button on JG's Fight Talk on YouTube. Check out the rest of the content when we're not doing these. We've got interviews, previous watch-alongs. We've got watch-alongs coming up.
Has Dickens got a cut on his over his eye already?
Because like a nick, isn't it?
Yeah.
Was that the head though?
Yeah, it looks like it was off Kate Galahad's chin.
Interesting one, wasn't it? Lingardino, it was a good first start, but I think that was one for Barry. Yeah, definitely.
I'm going to have to call him Barry. Everyone else call him Barry.
Yes.
I don't know him well enough to call him Barry.
Just getting used to Barry, isn't it? But yeah, they're both centre of the ring. Jazza Dickens, southpaw style. Kid Galahad as the orthodox. But and then Galahad goes southpaw.
The second you said it, he switched.
Yeah, exactly. But I think he was saying basically keep your hands up. And he keeps going very low, doesn't he, Dickens?
Yeah. Well, he is the shorter boxer.
But then, to be fair, we've seen a load of boxers go low for loads of fights, and they never get, nothing ever gets said. So
yeah, and especially how high their waistband goes on their trunks.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, most of them are above their navel now. So
the perfect example was Demetrius Andrade, wasn't it? Do you remember how low he kept going? Like he'd crouch right down to throw his jab.
Yeah.
But yeah, here we are. 1 minute 15 to go in round 2. It's been a quick start, to be fair, by both of them, which we thought it would be. But Galahad definitely landing those better shots. Good combination there and sticking behind that jab well. Dickens is throwing, but not landing particularly clean, is he? It's. And to be fair, this main event started a lot sooner than I thought it was going to.
Well, yeah, because BBC 5 Live were due to go to the boxing at 10:30, so they had to go 45 minutes early. So, well, actually, they went an hour early. So the fight's probably on an hour earlier than they had planned. But there were so many early stoppages in all the fights.
Jazza Dickens working the jab well there. Got sort of a double jab going. But Kid Galahad really starting to work now. As I say, sticks behind that jab really well. The 1-2s are now coming in. He switched back to orthodox. It's a good fight so far, to be fair.
Certainly is.
I don't think you can count out either man, really.
Well, again, that's another Galahad round for me.
Yeah, he definitely has to do more, Dickens. And the problem is, if you're having these sort of fights and you're losing those earlier rounds, it's so hard to get back into the fight, in my opinion.
But and to be more active means you're more at risk of getting caught. Because when Dickens tries to go open
especially
up more,
if you're then chasing the fight as well, isn't it?
Exactly.
If you're chasing it, you're making more desperation. You're not particularly going to your game plan, are you? And as you say, you can end up getting caught. That cut of Jazza Dickens is in a really awkward place, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lingardino says he's gone 1-1. I've got it as 2 to Galahad, but
So do I.
Stephen McGurr, decent fight, guys, but 2 rounds to Galahad. Bebe, who winning on the cards, well, according to us, Kid Galahad took the first 2. Galahad wearing white and black, Dickens wearing black and gold.
There's a song in that.
There is. Sam Sparrow.
That's the man.
Lingardino's put, you're wrong. Just ignore him, Ender.
Well, I mean, there's 3 of us that agree and 1 of us that doesn't. So,
yeah. So who's wrong? What kind of name is Jazza Dickens? Said the Navy Walrus.
the same name as Kid Galahad, like.
It's his nickname. His name's James, but his nickname's Jazza. But if you're tuning in for the first time, Navy Walrus, hit the subscribe button.
Why isn't Kid Galahad Bazza Galahad?
Well, exactly.
There's lots of Barrys go with Bazza.
Go hit the subscribe button, people, if you're tuning in for the first time. We're with Joel and Ender for Galahad versus Dickens for the IBF World Featherweight Title. Was it the featherweight? Yeah, it was the featherweight. How's it going, lads? Thanks for tuning in, Michael. Yeah, we're in round 3 of 12 at the moment. About 1 minute and 15 to go. And yeah, personally, Kid Galahad dictating the fight with a jab. Dickens has looked better in round 3, to be fair.
Yeah, Dickens has upped the work rate somewhat in round 3, and he's landing more successfully this round.
I don't think it helps, though, that Galahad keeps on switching. It's probably causing an absolute nightmare for Dickens, to be honest. Sam's come in and said, great stream. Thank you very much, Sam. Lim Gardino, only joking. You're probably right. Probably. No, we are right. Michael, both very skilled boxers. No, they're both good boxers. As I say, they're both going for a world title, and deservedly so, really, I think. But at the moment, Kid Galahad just, in my opinion, looks the more, he looks more up for it, doesn't he?
But this has been a better round by Dickens.
We've had Miles join us. Thank you very much, Miles. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. He's watching all the way from Fairbanks in Alaska.
Well, hey.
Thanks for tuning in.
I'm going to shock you, and I'm going to give that round to Dickens. I don't think it was a shock, because I've been kind of flagging that. I just thought that was a better round for Dickens, and he was landing more, and I thought Galahad was spoiling more in that round, so I'm giving it to Dickens.
They're trying to sort that cut, and it looks like that eye is starting to lump up a little bit, isn't it? Because it's right under the eyebrow, right near the eyelid, which is
because when it's under the eyebrow, it's just so much worse.
Yeah, it's an awful place, isn't it?
And it's sloppy enough.
United 2 has gone 3-0 to Galahad. Michael, shout out to my Irish mate who gives Wide Clinch a lot of love. Wide Clinch we used to have coming here quite a lot, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah, top guy. But thanks for tuning in, Michael.
Is it me he's talking about, or somebody else?
I think he's talking about you.
Because I'm Irish.
You're the Irish one. Brian Cranston. Hello, Brian. Haven't seen you for ages. Bring us home with your excellent call, guys.
Okay.
Lingardino's got it as 2-1, but he never says who.
Yeah, but I mean, was Lingardino not 2-0 to Dickens? That was a great punch there by Dickens to put Galahad back there.
Well, Andy Lee has got Galahad 29, Dickens 28. He gave the first round to Dickens, and the next 2 rounds to Galahad. So he's gone the opposite to us.
So we agree on the second round.
Yeah.
Well, our scores are the same.
Stephen McGurr, Dickens doing better in the fight than I thought he would, but still give that to Galahad. The cut is in a bad place. Yeah, it's not a nice cut at all. Lingardino's put me and Andy Lee are right.
Well, Andy
fair
Lee's
enough.
got Galahad winning, so
I reckon that's what he's going with.
I thought he was up for Dickens. Who's the guy that had Dickens 2-0 up?
Ender, I don't think they know.
I can't keep up with this. Like I'm running on empty here.
United 2 has come in and he said, "What boxer you're interviewing next?" Oh, you'll find out next week. You'll find out next week. There's some great people coming on. And as I say, there's plenty of watch-alongs coming up. We've got the fight camp again next week. And there's Fight Zone on the Friday next week with Lucy Wildheart in action. So that'll be great, live from Malta. Lucy's a dear friend of the show. And yeah, we like having her on. So wish her all the best for next Friday. But back to this one, round 4, 15 seconds to go. Dickens does seem to be working a lot harder now. It seems to have kicked him into gear since his eye's been cut, really.
Was Zaina cut in the first round?
Well, I mean, as in, I think they've been working on it a lot more, haven't they, between the rounds? Because it looked like it was pretty bad. There's Kelbrook. I hope he paid £750.
Why?
I could have had that ticket. United 2, 3-1 to Galahad. And Lingardini, I think Dickens had that round.
Well, I actually think Dickens had that round as well. So
Yes.
I'm going to now have it as a draw.
Oh, that dreaded word.
Well, I mean, it's only round 4, so it doesn't matter.
The dreaded word of Ender.
No, it's a drawn round that I don't like, but having 38 all after 4, it's fine.
He's put, "Why, thank you, Ender."
Why, you're welcome, Lingardino. But I'm half asleep, so I could be completely wrong here.
Well, Lingardino normally is.
Oh! What way have you got it there, Mr. fucking Essex man?
I've got it as a draw.
Well then.
Yeah, but it's a matter of time. You know.
Well, Kid Galahad definitely coming out faster in this
I'm
round.
glad we've both agreed on something. And whee, JG. Yeah, they're definitely flying out in this round. 3-1 gave that to Dickens, Stephen McGurr.
I wonder who Andy Lee gave it to.
So we'll see what Andy Lee comes out with soon, because I'm sure they'll drop that in again soon.
Yeah, but I doubt they'll put it in round 4 because they waited for round 3 to put it up for the first time.
Yeah, it's usually a couple of rounds, isn't it? Every sort of 2 or 3 rounds when it happens. Sorry, my boy's crying in the background.
That's okay. If you want to go to him or whatever,
It's all right. The live watch along goes on. The wife has run off. Lingardino, I would be the worst ref ever. I don't know.
I think I was the worst
Shockers
ref
out there. I wouldn't go that far. Howard Foster's high up on the list, I think. And isn't it Ian John Lewis? I think a lot of people bang on about.
Yeah.
But so there we go. We're in round 5 of 12.
Minute left.
Yeah, a minute left at the moment.
Yeah. I would have Kid Galahad winning this round at the moment.
Yeah.
A lot busier, a lot more in your face.
Yeah, it's been quite an even round. They're both.
Well, I would say
Jazza
Kid
Dickens
Galahad.
has got good head movement though, hasn't he?
Yeah, but the scoring punches are still being scored by Kid Galahad here for me in this round.
Yeah,
I say that, and then Dickens scores.
Dickens has definitely come on, hasn't he? Into this round late on, he's starting to throw a lot more.
Well, I think that's the way it happens. I think Dickens does grow into a round.
Stephen McGurr couldn't be worse than Ian John Lewis, mate, as a ref or a judge. And United 2 has gone 3-2 to Galahad. So, yeah, as you can see, he's closing the gap. Chisora's there. Yes, interesting one. I'd give that to Galahad, although
so would I. So therefore, it's 3-2 to Galahad. So
it'd be interesting. Galahad, 243 punches thrown, 47 landed. Dickens, 91 thrown, 12 landed. That's a huge difference. Galahad just working really hard. Yeah, I think Gardinio's in agreement with Stephen about the judge situation there and the referee. But here we go, going into round 6. This fight's going quite quick.
It is. It's going ferocious pace, and Dickens looks very bloody there. So I think Galahad is targeting that eye, like you can see when his jab is for that eye almost the whole time, and it makes sense when you think about it.
It looks blooded round his nose as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So that just seems to be the case. He's taken a lot more wear and tear in this fight, isn't he?
Yeah.
Cool, yeah, it looks like his nose has gone now.
Well, I mean, Kid Galahad was just pounding out that jab. So I mean,
yeah, Jazza Dickens is looking a bit worse for wear now, isn't he? So they're going well here. .145 left. Galahad working the body a lot more as well. He's not really giving Dickens a chance to have a breather, is he? He's just getting stuck in there. Lingardinio's put this is close.
It is close. I only have Kid Galahad 1 ahead. Now the likelihood is Kid Galahad will win this round as well for me. But like it is a close enough fight. But I think now with those injuries and as the fight goes on, I think Kid Galahad's likely to pull away.
I think he's going to pull away, isn't he? Yeah. But Lingardinio, that's a cut and a half. He's put, and it definitely is.
And I mean, you look at Kid Galahad. Just he's very clever. Every time
picking his shots, isn't he?
It's to that eye. He's a clever boxer. That's exactly what you should be doing, because
work the cut.
When it gets so messy, the referee's going to have to look at it.
I don't know what the ref's doing him for there.
He said stop, and he didn't stop, I think.
Right.
Well, I can only because I thought he was going to stop it to get Kid Galahad cleaned up.
Good body shot there. Lingardinio's put his poor nose, and to be fair, it does look pretty awful.
He looks like those freaking weirdo creatures from like the Hanna-Barbera cartoons with big flat noses. They used to give me nightmares, those freaky things.
Well, I have to say, Galahad is having a real good boxing performance here.
Yeah, like that was
round
a
two.
very clear Galahad round for me there. So I
Yeah.
mean, like Galahad's up now by 2 rounds,
Yeah.
and I'm sure some people could have Galahad up by more.
Yeah, 4 rounds to 2.
His nose is broken, his eye is damaged.
I reckon the ref will start having a good look at that. You know, they'll get the doctor looking at that because it's where the cut is. It's not a nice cut.
But I have to say, fair play to Galahad for constantly targeting that eye, and equally the nose now. You know, I mean, like that makes sense. I mean, give the referee, you know, make the referee make a decision on it. You know.
Or the eye's starting to lump as well. That looks
Yeah,
nasty. That does look nasty.
He looks cut up around the eye. You know, there's a lot of marks there around the eye now.
Stephen McGurr's put it's a shame about the injuries because it's a good fight. That must be hampering Dickens. Yeah, 100%, mate. I think. Oh, here we go. Andy Lee's scorecard. He's got 59, 55. So he's really pulled away with Galahad, having 5 of the 6 rounds. So he didn't give him the first round, did he? He gave Dickens the first round, and he's given every round to Galahad since.
Yeah. So I have
So he's got 1 more to Galahad than we have.
Yeah, that's all right? You know, because we obviously give Galahad 2 rounds, whereas he's only given him 1.
Yeah, we gave Dickens 2 rounds, haven't we? Mm-hmm. Galahad's got the rest.
Yep. And I can't see that changing. Like, I don't know where Galahad's going to get his next round from, unless, of course, Dickens, unless Galahad takes a round off. But I mean, look at Kid Galahad's shorts there; they're destroyed in blood.
I know his face is awful,
and the referee doesn't seem to care.
We've got Luke Byrne who's jumped in. Galahad boxing a very nice fight here. Knew Dickens would cut up badly in this fight. Dickens running out of ideas too. Can hear Bellew in the background. Very unprofessional. It's only because he's now part of the panel. He's going to cheer him on though. It's one of his mates, I think. Ty, it'll be interesting to see if the struggle of the weight cut for Galahad will take any effect later on in this fight. Well, at the moment, it doesn't look like it at all. He's really well now. I think he's got more into his groove as the fight's gone on.
Yeah, he really has.
Stephen has said, I think I gave Dickens 1 round. Ty's
Andy Lee.
Other than that, can't see a way back for Dickens. Lingardino, I gave Dickens 2, but rest to Barry Boy.
Yeah, we that's the same as myself and Joe. Joel.
25 seconds around 7 to go. God,
I got 25 seconds to go. Sorry.
When in doubt, wing it. Hey! Hi, boys. Loving Ender's top. Just got in. What have I missed?
My top?
Oh, he likes your top.
Fairly nondescript black sweatshirt.
Yeah. No, we've just finished round 7. To be fair, that was another Galahad round because it is just piling the pressure on now. And is it going to get to a point where they pull him out? Because that cut is nasty and his nose looks completely battered more than it did before. Lingardino, classic song ender, classic song. Yeah, it was called 21 seconds.
Yeah, but obviously there wasn't 21 seconds to go, and I'm impatient.
Well, there you go. 21 seconds remix.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the same. It's the same rhythm. 21, 25. You know, they're both 2 syllable, 1 syllable.
You haven't got to justify yourself. 5-2 to Galahad. And just to let you know, if you are watching us for the first time, hit the subscribe button. Check out the rest of the content. Hit a like on the video as well. And Lingardino said, A remix by Ender. You can never go wrong with a remix by Ender.
21 seconds to go. Got 21 seconds to go. I'm for 25 seconds.
In round 8 here, it's
My So Solid crew.
so some of the same, really, isn't
Was
it?
it the So Solid crew?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, very good.
That cut does look nasty, but
Almost as nasty as my rhymes.
oh dear.
Oh.
And now we're going to take a commercial break.
Just for the taste of it, Coke Zero.
Bryan Cranston stopped the bleeding by stopping the fight, and Joel's late round stoppage prediction will cash in. If it gets that far, his iron nose are battered, Lingardino. Yeah,
Well, 8 is fairly late.
But he is still in there. This is he's showing some toughness because, like Ender was saying, that cut was a slight nick in round 1. So he's had the resilience to battle on. And then his nose went in sort of round 3. So it's just been a downward spiral, really, and it's looking nasty. It's just every time you see his face, it's like Gollum from Lord of the Rings.
If it was any more nasty, you would have a Channel 4 show on a Friday.
Probably.
Do you get this? Big nasty. Shut up.
But yeah, 1 minute to go of round 8. Lingardino, Dickens versus Whittaker, please. Do you know what? Do you know a fight I'd like to see? If this goes to plan, because it's looking like Galahad's going to have it, Galahad versus Lee Wood would be a really nice fight. I thought Lee Wood last weekend was absolutely spot on. And I think the Galahad fight, I know they're already looking into that, aren't they? Yeah, what an opportunity to then have 2 world titles. I'd say why not? Why not? If you've got British fighters with world titles, let them go for it. Great opportunity.
And then you've got, of course, who won last night, Michael Conlan in the mix.
Yeah, I have to say he looked good last night. He looked a lot better. Don't get me wrong, he jabs low as always. There's more chance of him jabbing your bollocks off than anything. But I thought he looked better than he had done in some other fights. So, Ender, what are you going for? Round 8 there.
I stick with Galahad.
I think it's going that way, isn't it?
70.
You know, could we see Galahad versus Warrington again?
Giving me more and I'll defy 78, 75.
Oh no, Warrington's moved weights, isn't he now? Barry Wood beat Lee Wood. Saying that though, a lot of people thought that Kanzu would beat Lee Wood. And he kind of shocked there. Josh has an interesting tie. Why not? If you're going to be on telly, get your interesting ties.
Boxers tend to have flashy ties.
Yeah, Johnny Nelson was always there, dressed up to the nines, wasn't he?
And your man Spencer, he was always a man for a big, flashy tie.
Andy Lee's card, Galahad 78-74, going into round 9. Yeah, there's. See, he gave round 7 to Dickens.
Well, he can do what he wants.
Yeah, true. It's Andy Lee.
No, but I mean,
to be fair, if we're going to commentate on the short situation, then we would say that Galahad's shorts are now dyed red. Gone now pink. They've gone pink. And Dickens' face is awful, isn't it? It is awful.
Yes. It reminds me of that that sketch from Come Fly With Me. He mashed up his face like a piece of meat.
Lingardino, Eddie versus Dana. I would pay to watch that. Eddie has had fights in the past. That was the funny thing when he was younger. Stephen, I thought Conlon looked really good last night. Wasn't overly confident he would beat Dahini. Kirkdale, there's a rematch clause, I believe. I think the monster will get Wood in a rematch if it happens. Well, if you're watching for the first time, hit the subscribe button. Let's keep sending your comments in, how you're scoring the fight. And yeah, as I say, subscribe to the channel. We've got loads of stuff coming up. Loads of stuff. When in doubt, wing it. My money would be on Wood. So there you go. That's split that decision already, isn't it? 30 seconds to go in round 9. And Galahad's just picking him off now. Because
yeah, I mean, like, I don't see anything to change my mind about Galahad winning these rounds. Like, I don't see Dickens doing anything to take over because Galahad is just picking him off at ease.
I think he needs to. As mad as it sounds, there's no other game plan, is there? There's no other game plan, and I think.
Galahad definitely landed with a shoulder in Dickens' face there.
It's not been the first time either this evening.
No, but like the poor chap, he can't get a break, you know. But yeah, that's another Galahad round for me.
Yeah, he's normally, I have to say, when we're watching the fights that are going, 10, 12 rounds, they're normally a bit closer than this, aren't they, to be honest, Ender? But I just have to say, Jazza Dickens, he's just being picked apart now by Galahad. Dana has put Rusty. Has put Dana is jacked. Yeah, he definitely is. He's been pumped with something. Yeah, make sure you hit the subscribe button, Rusty. Thanks for coming on. I'm sure you've been on before. I'm sure we've seen you before. United 2 has put 7-2 to Galahad.
Yeah, I'd agree with you there.
Yeah, we've got the same, I think. Yeah. So we're in round 10 of 12. Galahad has got pink and black shorts on, and Dickens has got black and gold on. Just for people that can't see it, the blood is awful, and it's still continually pouring. I think the cut man's probably given up because there's nothing he can really do about it. But I have to say, Jazza Dickens, tough individual because he's
tough as old boots.
Yeah, he's still in it.
He got a 1-2 right in the face there, and he just keeps coming forward, you know.
But I have to say, Galahad looking very, very good here, very good.
But then you'd have to say, is Galahad at fault here for not closing out the fight?
Oh, I wouldn't have thought so. I think sometimes if someone's injured or really damaged, then they're quite a danger.
Has he damaged the other eye now?
Yeah, they're both bleeding, I think.
So his two eyes and his nose.
The nose is bust. The nose is awful.
And look at him picking off the punches, like. So obviously there's power in the punches if they're doing that much damage to his face. And
I'll tell you, he's worked the body well as well, Galahad.
Yeah. So Jazza Dickens deserves so much credit for still being in there. Really.
Being a warrior. Lingardino, to the people with a phobia of blood, I'm sorry. Yeah, definitely. Stephen McGurr, Dickens is one tough, brave guy, might be in quite a bit of pain and really getting picked off. When in doubt, wing it. I think they will put him out after this round. Yeah, is it worth? Oh,
Galahad's losing a point here.
yeah, he's taken the point. I think it's that use of the shoulder again.
I think he was a headbutt. I think
He's done it a few times though, hasn't he?
He has.
Lingardino thinks the towel should be thrown in.
Well, I don't see any, I mean, like, what's going to happen? He's just going to get more punishment.
Yeah, he's not going to win the fight.
No.
Unless he came out with some amazing knockout, but he's not generating the power.
I haven't seen like a meaningful scoring punch, come back that's kind of in any way affect Galahad. So
Lingardino has put, wait, no, don't listen to me. No, it's yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if they.
I don't think the referee likes Galahad at all.
No, but it wouldn't surprise me if they take Jazza Dickens out now.
Well, where's the fucking ref or the doctor? Like, there's nobody having a look at that.
That eye looks like it's shut, doesn't
it? Like his two eyes, his nose. I mean,
Lingardino's just written what you said: ref versus Galahad. And Stephen McGurr, yeah, he should be pulled out.
Like, the referee's taken more points off Galahad than Dickens has at this point.
There is a cut on both eyes, Ender. You were right.
Yeah, I mean, like
it's like in the eyebrow, and I think that corner's now saying, "Look,
you've one more round.
It's now or never. You've got to. If you don't show us anything in this round, then is it worth taking a punishment for it?" Because Dickens has flown out, hasn't he? Straight into a jab of Galahad.
Yeah. God bless him. Like, he's as tough as old boots.
Has put 7-1
to Galahad.
What do you mean 8-2?
I don't know, maybe he's that point deduction or something. He's decided that.
Would that be in the hands? Would that have been given to Dickens?
Yes, that's what happens. Dickens gets it. So that will be a tied round, 9-all.
Lingardino has put 7 for Galahad, 1 draw, 2 to Dickens. I believe that's what he means. Okay.
Yeah, because that one would be a draw because Galahad didn't, or Dickens didn't win it, but Galahad had a point off. So
yeah,
I've kind of, not given up.
Jazza Dickens, though, he's still in there. I know, don't get me wrong, he's not going to win this fight. I 100% get that, unless something massive happens. But it just doesn't seem to be coming. But it's hats off to him, because that cut on the left side now.
Yeah, but hats off to him. But I still think his corner or somebody should be saying this fight needs to stop. Like, there's no benefit of him being in that ring still.
No, he's only sustaining more injury, and that's not right. I think Kid Galahad's put on a great performance tonight. Would he be great against other world champions? I think that's a different question. But be an interesting one, wouldn't it?
Mm.
But yeah, Kid Galahad's he stuck that shoulder in again,
Yeah, and even the elbow there as well. Like, I mean, he's a really sly kind of fighter in terms of
he punches, doesn't he? So he'll go like this. So he throws the jab and then he.
Oh yeah, but he knows what's coming. Like, either his elbow or his shoulder or something will go in that shouldn't be going in.
Or he's one of those where he puts the head in and kind of rubs but the ref shirt looks pretty good as well.
Mm.
Jazza Dickens, though, it looks like his feet have gone, really. The legs are going now. So I don't understand it with the corner. I'd look at his face and I'd just think, it's time to go. The eye is...
I mean, look at this. Where is the doctor?
The eye is awful. They've called it, yeah.
Yeah, it really had to finish because, I mean...
Not being horrible. That eye was...
But like,
really
he was only
bad.
going to sustain more unnecessary damage and hurt and pain than was needed, you know. So
well, if I show the people, it was kind of, it started here, didn't it, Ender? Right on the inside, and then it got wider as it went across.
Oh yeah, I mean, like that. I mean, but that cut happened in the first round, you know.
So you think that's been worked at for 11
10
rounds?
rounds, you know.
Yeah. And
I mean, he's the heart of the lion.
That's a really nasty cut.
But like, I mean, it looks dreadful. It looks so bad.
Culprit. But yeah. No, it's I think the corner's a bit to blame on that one, if I'm going to be perfectly honest. I think they could have pulled him out a couple of rounds ago, really.
Well, I think they did say
McGurr's piece, but about time too. Yeah,
but I think they did say they give him one more round the last time. And you know,
Lingardino's put the ref looks like he's been to a Halloween party. But yeah, so there we go. Kid Galahad, the new IBF World Featherweight Champion.
Christ almighty. 125 shots to 22 landed.
I know, they're incredible figures. But congratulations to Kid Galahad. Commiserations to Jazza Dickens. Hopefully there's no long-lasting damage with that. That's a really nasty cut. But we shall see. See what comes up for these two fighters next. Jazza Dickens will still be in some good fights coming up because he digs in, doesn't he? And he'll come again if he wants to, really.
Yeah.
Stephen McGurr, good night, guys. Great show as always. 6 a.m. comes early. Let's go, Kelly. Yeah, 100%.
Come on, Kelly.
Good old Kelly. She's fantastic.
And who's the UK fighter? What's the girl from Wales fighting tomorrow? Price. Lauren Price, is it?
Yeah, Lauren Price, yeah. Lingardino, thank you, Joel and Ender. I'm off. Have a great night. Thank you very much to everyone that's joined in the chat all evening. Yeah, thanks for coming on. As I say, if you join us for the first time, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Share it around. Stick it on your social media. Stick it across everything. Get our name out there. Yeah, it's been great having everyone on. Ender, it's been good having you on as always.
Yeah, thanks for being back, and we've Marge Simpson in the ring now, calling the winner.
Honestly, mate, I have missed you, mate, and it's great to have you back.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
Ender, probably see you for some live watch-alongs next weekend if you're about. And
we'll look at that. I might have woken up by then. Something tells me I could be watching Kelly's fight a lot later than 6 o'clock.
Oh, I know. Same here, mate. We shall see. But Ender, thank you very much for coming on.
Okay,
and,
you too. Thanks everyone and everyone in the chat. We're all full of chat. So take care. See you on the flip side.
Yeah, and there we go. Honey Joe's dad. Good to see you, Ender, mate.
Thank you.
So, yeah, on that note, thank you very much for tuning in. You've been watching JG's Fight Talk. Have some of this.